Hey mathematicians, so here's just a general what are the resources after a summative? How do I study for a retake? How do I use my feedback? So this is specifically about summative 8.2. I'm recording this right after that, but in general, this will be true for all of your individual summatives. So the first thing that you are going to do is to open your summative, not just look at your grade, but open your summative. And you're going to scroll down to the problem, which I'm not going to show here, and look for any feedback I wrote. I may have written it right on the problem so I can point to things. I may have written it in the chat here. Okay? So make sure you look for your individual feedback. And if you have questions about it, if it doesn't make sense, use that chat to call my attention to this exact slide. Be like, could you explain that feedback? Or I don't understand what you mean here. Okay. I will get to those questions eventually. It will be on my list. But here, after this point, are some other ways that you can get answers faster as you learn how to use these materials. So the first one is the rubric. Every single problem has a rubric at the top. Always these colors. So we can look here and see, hey, in order to get a 4, I needed to have 2 different correct expression mats. And I needed to have clearly and correctly labeled their mats, both of them, to show how they match the expression. And generally, I will circle which number you got. I will give a little feedback on the rubric, like you got this part, but not this part. So that is one way to get more feedback. The next thing is these links that I put on afterwards. After every summative, I pull student answers that earned 4s as examples of something that can earn a 4, and you have access to that. Remember, none of the questions on the retake will be the same questions from the original. So if we open that up, we see work from students without their names that earned a 4. And we've got a bunch of different examples of this first slide, a whole bunch of different examples of the second slide, and you can look through each one, read through them, be like, oh, they did this here. I didn't do that thing, or I made this mistake here. For example, having a hard time with the bottom side of the expression mat in this case, but just generally looking through the answers that got a 4 and comparing them to yours and seeing what's different. The second thing on ClassKick is the Retake Study Resources Guide. I will try to make this available for each summative. In this case, we open that up and we see, oh, for question 1, what are the practice problems that I could return to? Okay. And in this case, I've marked, hey, this one was a graded problem. It was letting you know this is important to know for the summative. Here are some learning logs that go with that problem that will help you on that problem. Here are some extra math notes. Those are in our ebook. There's a link to this. You can log in with Google using that link, or you can open that up from our Schoology page. There is also a worked solutions document for every chapter that another teacher at Park Center made in 2020. And those are always linked. Those solutions to walk you through things, those are always linked in the Schoology banner. Okay, going on, more resources here. Here are the sections of the classwork that went with it. And if you open this document, you get to your hours link. All right, so if you want 8.1.3 and you want to look at hour 5, you can go to it and open that up. If you want to look at other hours' work to see what they did, it's right there. The same thing for the second one, a list of practice problems, the ones that were graded, the learning logs that match, any math notes that might help, and those additional links. I think that is it, everyone. You do not have to be overwhelmed by this. There are many resources. You don't need to use them all. You need to use the one that works best for you. Maybe you got a great grade on a learning log and you just need to go look at that again. You don't need to do it. Maybe you were struggling with it and you need to raise your hand and ask for help. Maybe you need to come on Wednesday afternoon to Mac or me and ask for help, more guidance, even if it's like, how do I use all this stuff? We can do this. Good work, everyone. I will see you in class. See you later.